Every now and then, you meet someone like that. People who can walk right into a ghost story. And somehow, the haunting itself steps aside. This is about a friend of mine. No matter how cursed a place was, nothing ever happened on the nights he came with us. No strange sounds. No footsteps in the hallway. No sense of something you were never meant to see. It all just slipped away, as if nothing had been there in the first place. From the Ghost Files. Back in college, among the guys who liked to test their courage, he had a strange kind of reputation. If we went into an abandoned house, nothing ever showed itself. If we went to an old seawall by the ocean, the woman's weeping we were supposed to hear never came. Once, half as a joke, we even tried to call a spirit. But the moment he stepped into the circle, the whole room sank into silence. Nothing at all. And that was what frightened us. It felt as if something unseen had noticed him and decided not to come. The first time I heard anything that sounded like an explanation, it was a story from when he was in elementary school. He had always been the kind of child people liked, the type who somehow ended up at the center of everything. But people like that can make others jealous. One day, an important protective charm his grandmother had given him disappeared. He did not make a scene. He just searched for it in silence. And on the morning of the fourth day, the boy who had stolen it came to his house to give it back, pale-faced, almost crying. Then he said, "I can't keep this anymore." According to the boy, starting the night he stole it, he had suffered sleep paralysis every single night. He should have been asleep, but only his eyes would open. His body would not move. His voice would not come out. And beside his pillow, a man would be standing there. Maybe an old fisherman. Maybe a hunter from the mountains. It was hard to tell. He looked worn from another time. Over his shoulders hung something like a wet cloak. His face was too deep in shadow to see. The man only stared down at the boy, and he said just one thing: "Return that to its owner." For 3 nights, that was all. But on the 4th night, the man said nothing. He lifted the long gun. The boy could not see. What happened next? Only a dry crack split the air, right beside his ear. The next morning, when the boy looked in the mirror, only the rim of his right ear had turned black, like a thin smear of soot rubbed along the edge. It was not a burn exactly, But that one spot looked scorched, and the boy who brought it back was not the only one who saw it. My friend, the one who received the charm back, saw that ear too. The charm had been placed in my friend's hand by his grandmother before she died. Just one little cloth pouch. That was all. And yet, it left a clear mark on the one person who had no right to touch it. When I heard that story, I had one strange, serious thought. This was someone you never wanted to make an enemy of. After that, I learned a story even older. It was from when my friend's mother was pregnant with him. She said she had the same dream almost every night. A dim mountain road, and there, 7 men dressed in funeral white robes were standing. They stood in a circle around her, as if surrounding the child in her womb. She could not see their faces clearly. Only their mouths were moving. In low voices, they kept chanting something. It did not feel like hatred exactly, more like they were trying to carry the child away. The unborn child somewhere else. His mother became so unsettled that she went to pray at the family grave site while there was still light. And there, in front of the grave, she pressed her hands together in prayer again and again. Please protect this child. Only on that night, the dream changed. The same 7 men were standing around her, as if enclosing her womb. Then, from far away, came the sound of hooves coming closer. A black horse appeared through the mist, and on its back, a man was riding. A rain-soaked coat, heavy brows, a long hunting rifle over his shoulder. The man gave no name. He said nothing. He only rode forward. In the next instant, a dry crack echoed through the mountain. Then another. Then a third. The 7 shadows seemed to unravel and withdrew into the mist. At last, the man stopped his horse in front of her, and in a low voice, he said this: "The child in your womb is under my watch now." And there, the dream ended. Even after all that, maybe some part of us was still half amused by it all. One day, we went to see a well-known spiritual medium. First, the medium did a reading for another friend who had come with us. With a calm expression, the medium said at once, "An old ancestor, a man, is with you." But the moment the medium's eyes moved to my friend, the one this story is about, the air in the room changed. The medium's hand stopped. The fingers resting on the teacup began to tremble. just barely. The medium began blinking, more and more. Then the medium deliberately looked away, as if they had seen something no one was meant to see. After a long silence, the medium spoke in a small voice. "I smell mountain air and the sea. There is a man here. Heavy brows. Terrifying." The moment the medium finished speaking, a dry crack sounded somewhere in the room. Nothing had broken. Nothing had fallen. It was the kind of sound that stayed deep inside the ear. None of us could move. The medium's face went pale. "That's enough for today. Go home." Then, after a short pause, the medium went on. "That was a warning. Something is telling us not to look any further." On the way home, my friend walked beside me, quiet as ever. But I thought I saw something behind him. In the fog, the white breath of a black horse